Hello, I just wanted to create this video for tonight's class because with ITV I think it's kind of difficult to really show you all either on the whiteboard or the camera, document camera. So I wanted to go ahead and just create a video ahead of time, and that way I can just play it for you and we can go over how to calculate the standard deviation. Remember, standard deviation is the extent of deviation for a group as a whole. So there are four steps. You can see those at the top of the screen. First of all, we're going to subtract the mean score from each. Earlier we talked about how to get the mean score, and that's basically, we call it, you might have heard it called average. So first of all, we need to find the mean score for these, so we're going to add them up. 10, 17, 26. So it's 36, and then we're going to divide by the number of pieces of data there are. So there's 436 divided by 4 equals 9. So our mean is 9, so we're going to subtract 9 from each of these scores. So in this one we get -6, -2, -2, and +10. Okay. Next, we're going to square each deviation score. So these are deviation scores. We're going to square each of those. And the reason we do that is because we're going to be adding them in a little bit. And anytime you do this kind of calculation that we did right here, the subtract the mean from each score, you would always get 0 if we just added them the way they are. So in order to make that not happen, we square everything, and that gets rid of the negatives. So -6 squared is 36, 4, 4, and 100. So now we can add these up, and that adds up to 144. Then it says divide by the total number of scores. So we're going to divide 144 by 4, and that gets us 36, and the last thing we're going to do is take the square root of that. So the square root of 36 equals 6. So the standard deviation between these 4 pieces of data is 6, and that's how you do this by hand. So we just kind of went through that together. I'm going to give you another set of data, and I want you all to work on it on your own. And then I will go through and I will show you that up here in the video. So right now we're going to pause the video and let you work on these 5 pieces of data: 4, 8, 6, 12, and 5. So I want you to find the standard deviation using these 4 steps of these 5 pieces of data. Okay, welcome back. We are going to work through this problem together, and that way you can check what you did on your own. So first thing we need to do is subtract the mean from each. So again, we know with the mean, we're going to add these all up and then divide by the total number of data points there are. So let's see, 18, 25. So that's 35. We're going to divide that by 5. That gives us 7, so we're going to subtract 7 from each of these. I know you're hearing a lot of clicking, I apologize for that. So -3, 1, -1, 5, and -2. Again, like I said before over here, the reason that we do our next step, which is to square each deviation score, is because if you look at these, if we added these all up, they'd be 0, and that's not helpful to us. So let's go ahead and square all these. And let's go ahead and add these up. So 10, 35, 40. And we are going to divide by the number there are. There's 5 scores, and that gets us 8. Then the last step, we take the square root. Square root of 8 is 2.8. So our standard deviation for this set of numbers is 2.8.